Hello everyone, this is Joanna the Median. Thank you so much for coming back. And for those of you who are new, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you like what you see. This is going to be your June forecast. I hate the word forecast because I don't predict per se. Your June reading, intuitive reading, let's put it that way. An exciting month. I feel there's a lot of changes we're all going through, and I've been seeing that from you as well. Bear in mind, these are general readings, which means they will not connect with everyone. If it did, I don't think that's even possible. They do, interestingly, connect with a lot of you. Pieces may connect with you, some pieces may not. It may not connect with you one day and totally connect with you a day later or a week later. So do listen to this whenever you listen first and then at the end of the month, because they do make much more sense. Also, because these are general, listen to it to the other signs, your moon sign and your rising sign, as well as sun sign, because they will offer you a lot more information oftentimes. And of course, these are general, like I mentioned, so it's impossible for me to cover everybody. And if you would like a private session, that information is down below for you. I decided to do Uranus readings, so I will be doing those within the next couple of weeks. I will let you know when they are done, and I will focus on the entire 7 years of what we can expect for each sign, and that's how my guides are asking me to present this. So it'll be a big picture. So stay tuned. I will be announcing when that will be ready. And I think that's all I have. Have yourself a wonderful month of June. For those of you who have birthdays in June, happy birthday. And without further ado, let's move on with individual signs. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, beautiful Cancers. This is going to, or Cancerians, this is going to be a reading for the month of June 2018. Let me go through, I want to say happy birthday. Do you guys have birthdays in June? I'm terrible. You do. Happy birthday. Thank you for, they remind me. I'm not that great with astrology. Okay, let's start with channeled messages. The number around you is the number 9. So a lot of letting go. There is a sense of, for some of you, there's a sense of completion from something that has transpired a while ago. I actually felt some of you, and I heard the word mourning, mourning, and I actually didn't like that word. And I said to my guide, like, what is this going on? Yes, this could be for someone that has gone a while ago. This is not a prediction. Nothing is happening. This was not about somebody leaving this earth, but this is something that either someone that has left either to the other side at some point, or somebody you shared your life with left, or some sort of a relationship has come to an end, a job has ended, a situation has ended. And they were showing me some of you are still connected to it. I also felt that you were staying behind, so it wasn't something that you left from, it was something or someone that left from you. So anything that it could be that somebody passed a long time ago, and maybe it's even around this time, and it's going to bring some memories for you, but that's not going to be the many of you. That's not the significant number of you. For most of you, I feel something is no longer a situation, and I'm trying to tune more into it. For some of you, you've been living with somebody and now they're gone, and you're going to go back to your old ways. For some of you, it's a family member that has left, gone somewhere else, and now you get the house to yourself. For some of you, it's a relationship, somebody's gone, and now you're focusing on yourself. That kind of a feeling. But there was, for some of you, this was around feeling grief. So I'm going to leave it at that. Then they said, you just want peace. So again, not a very satisfying message, but I heard you want peace. And then I heard the word vacation. So for those of you who are looking for peace or need peace in your life for whatever reason, you lost somebody, or you just have too much work, the word vacation comes up. Now we are entering June, so those are typical months for vacation, so that doesn't surprise me. But the word vacation was shown to me, so maybe some of you need to take a vacation, even if it's a short one. The numbers around you are 3, 6, and number 9. So 9 we already talked about. That's letting go. 3 is all about expansion, expanding the mind, expanding your circumstances, but it always starts from within. And 6 is all about balance and harmony. So whatever you guys are dealing with at this point of your life is in a way bringing you to a much more harmonious ways within you. But you have to look at some things first in order to let it go. So then I asked for 3 cards, as in focus cards. What is it that you need to be focusing on? You have exchanging gifts as the very first card that comes up, and it is in protection. This message speaks to someone who fundamentally does not own their value, who undervalues themselves, who gives themselves away and does not get back in return the same amount. Now, this is never 50-50, so the word amount shouldn't even be in the sentence. But this is about someone not realizing their own sense of value. So if you are so maybe the situation that you are dealing with is going to highlight that for you. But because it's a focus, it is telling me that many of you are experiencing this. Some of you may not even know it. For some of you, it's going to be very obvious. Now, the interesting thing is about value is that if we do not have high value of ourselves, we will often not be susceptible to receiving. I know it sounds strange, I said this before, but it's a psychological wiring that happens to us when we are encoded with certain set of belief systems. So check with yourself if some of what you're dealing with in the month of June and some of July are not highlighting your need to receive, but in actuality there may be a block where you don't know how to receive or you can't receive. And he's asking me to explain to them some of the reasons why. For example, the basic example, Classic 101, if you have been hurt, which we all have in the past, some of you may block yourself from getting hurt again, and that prevents the hurt from entering, which actually never happens, because if somebody wants to hurt you, I don't care how big your door is. But the other part of the equation is the same blockage that you are using in order to protect yourself is also blocking things from coming forward or coming to you. So that's number 1. But number 2, in order to receive, we need to feel value. We need to value ourselves enough to be worthy of receiving. And I don't know if that came out correctly, but what this speaks to me is about having a low sense of self or low value of yourself, and therefore not receiving what you are hoping for, because it is contradicting how you feel about yourself. It's a lot of psychology, I know. So, but that's the first thing that comes up. So you might want to kind of pay attention. The next one, you have co-create in reverse. And what this is showing me is that for some reason, you feel not only stuck, but it's almost like you don't know which way to go. You have no inspiration. Stuck is the word I want to get. And rather than making the wrong choice, you avoid doing anything. And then I hear the word stalemate. So this could be, about anything. Again, obviously, could be connect to gazillion things in one's life. No, but he's saying to me, this is going to be one of the things that you consider priority in your life. So relationship, work, health, family. That's what it's going to be about. Avoiding of doing anything. So notice if there is a feeling that you have in the month of June where you feel almost a little bit paralyzed and you don't know what to do. Now, because we have this message of not having enough value in yourself, perhaps the reason that you don't know what to do is because that you lack confidence. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Then you have TikTok in reverse, and this is all about time constraints. For some of you, this could be, a fear that you're running out of time, and therefore you might as well just not do anything, because what's the point? For some of you, you may not have enough time, which I guess is the same thing. There's some kind of a constraint here to do with time that you are putting or you are focusing on. And the message here is, if something is meant for you, there is no way in hell you're going to miss it. It's going to come to you in its due time. So it's almost as if to say, let go of the time constraint, and that's going to apply to you guys differently. But if there's a time constraint that you are putting particularly upon yourself here, I'm too old, I am too young, I don't have enough experience in this, I don't have enough time to do this, whatever it is, do yourself a favor. Stop obsessing over it, because it's not going to make one world of difference in a positive way. It's only going to stress you out, okay? And you guys need peace. And having this, constantly doing this to you, is not going to give you peace. So then I said, okay, show me with animal cards. You have crocodile. I love the crocodile. Crocodile is a very, well, you guys know what a crocodile is. I want to say it's a very ferocious energy. But with this message, the message, with this energy is that a crocodile waits for the right time. It gathers information, it sits still, it waits for the right moment. In other words, it is very observing, very aware, and very in the moment, I want to say. Although, yeah, I'm gonna say that. So the message here is, use this time to observe and learn. And when the time is right, again, the timing component, you will know, and then you can strike. And yeah, I'm going to use the word strike. But right now, it's to gather information. So if you are feeling stuck and you can't make a decision, perhaps give yourself some time to look at some aspects of your life you need to change. Look at your own sense of value, how you truly feel about yourself. Gather information, because when the time to strike is, you are then much more likely to make choices and decisions from a far stronger place and far more empowered place. The bee is being presented as something to look out for. So the bee is a hard worker. You would be very hardworking on something, working really hard on something to achieve something. But at the same time, when the bee gets overworked, it stings. So this is about evaluating the use of energy and where and how much of it you put, or how much of it you put where. So if you are someone who is overworking, overstressed, and you guys needed a vacation, that was said, it might produce some undesirable side effects, like being angry or snappy, or whatever it is. So this is a message of, be mindful what your body needs and do so accordingly. So if your body's telling you it's too much, or this situation is too much, or this work is too much, whatever it is, listen to your body, most importantly, and listen to your intuition as well. There seems to be some snappiness coming out possibly in the month of June, and I feel it's because what you guys are going through. Then you have the dragon. Now, dragon to me is, I love this energy. It is ancient. It is all about wisdom. It is all about just being completely open to receive. It's this fire within. It's the ancient wisdom. So the dragon energy is all about balancing the ego. It's knowing from the depth of its wisdom. That's how I want to say it. It is about being true to himself or herself and coming from a place, again, of balanced ego. Now, what's interesting here is some of you are dealing with lack of self-acceptance, lack of value, not putting enough value on yourself, where if you stem from that space, you oftentimes will act in a way that's not true to yourself, because you'll be constantly overgiving and not receiving. So this is about harmonizing. And the number 6 was shown to me earlier, yes, which is all about harmony. So this is where you're going. This is where you have potential to become that wise old soul, as I want to say, that has the ability to harmonize and equalize the ego. I want to almost say pacify the ego, balancing the ego. That's what I want to say. So month of June, there's a huge opportunity here for you to bring balance within self. So then I asked for 3 cards and then another one for clarification. You have justice. This is again stability. This is justice. Obviously, this is a legal matter going right. These are things. This is a situation or situations where you will feel fairness has been achieved. There's a certain level of completion to me with this card as well. But more than anything, it's feeling just. Like, yeah, I almost want to say karma. Karmically speaking, feeling just, and that's coming up to my throat. So for some of you, this is going to mean something. It also is saying to me that you are at a point of your life where you are equalizing the energies from the past. And maybe that's why he's asking me to say the karma. So for many of you, this is going to be a very karmic component. For those of you who don't know what this means, don't worry about it. It just means that you've been dealing with a certain difficulty in your life for many lifetimes, not just this one. It's also showing me the moon in reverse, and I want to say bravo, because this is you facing your fears and releasing yourself from your shadows. And how do we release ourselves from our shadows? By, in my opinion, in my work, by first acknowledging that you have a shadow and then working with your shadow to help you understand how it can become your greatest strength. Because I always say all the inadequacies and insecurities and weaknesses that we have can become our greatest strengths if we only can embrace it and allow it to show us. And then you have the 8 of Wands, which is all about giving up. So I feel for many of you, this is a conclusion of a very tough road. Relationship, health, I hear the word inadequacy, feeling inadequate perhaps, feeling like you're inadequate. There's a feeling of rooted in inadequacy, okay? And that's basically not good enough. To me, this symbolizes an ending of feeling in this particular way by overcoming your fears. And I said, okay, show me what is the advice. You have the Chariot. Now in this particular deck, the Chariot, the horses move on water. And the moment I looked at this card, I heard the words conquer your emotions. Now, conquering our emotions doesn't mean we're getting rid of it. We are just finding a way to not let the emotions overcome us and overshadow us, so that we can either work with them or find a way where we are, well, not overwhelmed or not overcome by it. Fear is one of those things, right? If we let it overcome us, then we're not feeling very stable. So we will always have fears. It's just how we choose to look at it and how we choose to deal with it. Whether it's going to make you feel like you're okay or it's going to make you feel like you're not okay. I think that makes sense. And I think that's all I have. He's asking me to say something. Message for some of you, remember to write in your diary. So if you have gotten out of that habit, I feel it's important, particularly now, as you will have very vivid dreams. For some of you, you may already have vivid dreams, but there is vivid dreams are being shown to me. This card, the dragon, is all about true self. So you might be getting communication from your higher self or your guides through dreams. And this is just coming to me. Was there anything else? Short stories. Some of you write short stories or are supposed to write short stories. Some of you, there is an article in a magazine that you either write or needs to be written by you. And that's going to be obviously for a few people. And I'm seeing the number 7 with this, which might be July, but this is also the number 7. And by the way, Chariot is your card. So this is your symbol. This is your symbol. It's taking charge of your emotions. And I think that's all I have. And he showed me the scale being balanced. I hope this was helpful. It didn't make much sense to me, but it usually doesn't. Listen to it at the end of the month if it makes no sense to you. Pieces of it may make sense to you. Sometimes, a lot of times, the whole thing makes sense to you. So choose what does, put on aside what doesn't, because it may at some other point. I wish you a wonderful month of June. Take care. Happy birthday for those of you who are June babies. And I wish you best of month. And of course, if you want private sessions, that information is down below. Thank you so much once again, and see you soon. Bye.